Today we're going to take a look at how to use Google Forms. Google Forms is a great way to collect data, exit tickets, or even some simple quizzes. So the first thing we need to do is create and name our form. So the first thing you do is you go to Google Drive. Remember, you can go here by the app tiles. So I am in my Drive. And if you have a certain place that you would like your form to be housed, I would house it here. Pick your spot. I'm going to put mine in faculty website. I want to do something new, so I'm going to hit the new button. I've got Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and then more. And then over to the right, I have Google Forms. So I'm going to click that. And this is a shared folder, so it's saying, are you sure you want to do it here? And because of what I'm doing, this will be fine. And now here is my basic form. The first thing I need to do is name my form. So this is about form setup, so I'm just going to title it that. Notice when I named it here, it also changed the name here. Now this form looks a little basic, so let's go over how we can change our theme so it'll be more visually pleasing. So I am back in my Google form. The palette right here will allow you to change the theme. So you can do it by color. They've added it now so that you can have a little bit of control over your background color over here at the side. So I can do orange, green. I can even add a custom color if I would like. So I'm going to cancel that. I can also change my font style. I don't have many, but at least I have some choices now. This is a new addition. So I can change it to formal if I would like. The other thing I can do is change the image. I can create a header. So for this session, we're just going to look at some of the basics. So I can scroll through here while it loads. So I can go through and I can select one of these. So I'm going to select this one. And then it's going to pop up right here in my header. Notice that this side automatically changed. It pulls a color that they think is complementary to go with this. But again, you have some choices, not many, to select a different background color if you would like. So now that we have our form looking the way we would like it, let's take a look at adding questions, page breaks, shuffling questions, and forcing questions to be required. So I'm finished with themes, so let me close this out. So before we even make our first question, if you know if all of your questions are going to be required or not, you can save yourself a little bit of time. Because if I add this question, let's see, I'm just going to do, what is your name? You'll notice over here it automatically goes to short answer text, which is nice. And there's a little slide over here that you'll have to manually slide if you would like it to be required. But we're going to do a little shortcut. So we're going to go over here to these three dots because that's where they give us some more information. And we can set up our preferences. So one of the questions that you can do is automatically make all questions required. You can also set it up here to automatically collect email addresses. So I'm going to just make questions required. Go over here to the side and save. So now when I go over here and I want to make a new question, notice that this is the one that's highlighted. So when I hit the plus, I'm going to add a question. It's going to go directly below the one I was in, and required is already selected for me. So, what is your favorite color? So I can make it multiple choice and I can type those items in. So I have the colors that are listed. If I would like, I can select Add Other. And then if somebody has a color that's their favorite that's not blue, green, or purple, they can type it in. Now over here you see these three little dots again, and in Google that means more. And there's usually some really good stuff there. So this will give you the option of, if you're giving maybe a small quiz or an exit ticket to see where everyone is, you can shuffle the question order. So each student, when they go through, will have these colors in a different order. Another thing that you can do is you can shuffle the question order instead of just the options. So if I go over here to the gear, which allows me to change my settings, and go to presentation, I can show a progress bar. If it's a long survey, that's usually helpful. People can see the end is near, they won't give up. Or I can shuffle the question order. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to hit save. So now when people do my survey, it's going to be in a different order for each person. So most of mine, I usually set mine up in an order that I want, so that usually won't work for me, but it is an option if you just have questions. Now, have you ever done a survey where you scroll and scroll and scroll and it just feels like it's never going to end? One of the things that you can do to help the survey just have a better feel to it is add a page break. So notice that I'm in this one. It's highlighted blue at the side. I'm going to go to this question, what is your name? And then I'm going to hit the equal sign, which is going to add a section, which is going to give me a page break. And it's going to be in between these two questions. So now I've got a new section. I'll name it, let's see, colors. So it will go, I won't be overwhelmed by the amount of information that's on my page. Okay, so one of the things you're going to notice, and this is new, this is a recent update, is if I'm highlighted here and I add my question, I just did a regular question, I can choose over here, I can do a short answer. That's for like, what is your name? What is your email address? A paragraph, you can actually have students write essays. Multiple choice, check boxes, drop downs. There's even an option for you to have students upload a file. There's a linear scale used for Likert responses, a multiple choice grid, and a checkbox grid. Or you can even have them enter a date and time, and it'll automatically do all the formatting for you. So if I change to date, let's see, when is your birthday? When someone comes to respond here, they can just click on the calendar and they can click on what date it is. Another thing that comes in handy is being able to duplicate, delete, and change the location of your questions. So I'm going to select a question. Let's see, I think I want to do what is your favorite color? So it's highlighted blue over to the side, that's how I know it's active. I can duplicate this question. Oh, what's your fave color? So I can say, what is your least favorite color? And maybe I don't want it in this location. So you see this little group of 6 little dots, and I have the 4 arrows. I can drag this to a new location. So now instead of being after, what is your favorite color? It's now before. Let's see, let me drag it back. And let's say that I don't want this question at all. All I have to do is just hit the delete button. Now this also carried with it the settings that were with my original question. So I had, what is your favorite color, set to shuffle the option order. So this one has taken on that as well. So I'm going to delete this question. So now that question is gone. And notice these dots. Let's see, right here. I can duplicate this entire section. I can move this entire section. Or if I really didn't want it separated, I changed my mind, I can merge with the section that's above. Now let's take a look at how to view and share your Google form once you're ready. So my form is set up. I want to look and see what it's going to look like for others, so I'm going to select the preview button. And this is going to give me my form. Notice I have the edit button right here. If I see something I don't like, I can go back and change it. So I'm just going to say my name is, oops, I can't spell, Kathy. Then I hit the next button. And then it gives me the rest of my questions. So my favorite color is blue. And my birthday is December 2nd. And submit. Notice there's the link available to submit another response. You can limit those, and that'll be something we go over in another video. So what I typically do to send it out to other people is I go to the preview button and I copy the link, Control-C, and then from there I will add it to my Google Classroom. I will email it to whoever needs to see it. I can embed it in a web page. So that's one option. The other thing that you can do is with this send button, I usually do just a regular email. I'll get the link. You can shorten the URL if you would like. So I hit Control-C to copy, and then I share it that way. That's the other way that you can get the link, but this link works exactly the same. So people have now responded to your survey. So let's go and see what they've submitted. So I'm going back to my form. You'll notice right here that it says responses and I have a number. So I can click here. But I want to look at the spreadsheet version. I can look at a summary or I can look at individuals. So I'm going to create a spreadsheet. So it says create a new spreadsheet, or I can select one that's already existing. I typically create a new one. Go over here to the side and hit create. So all of my data is in the spreadsheet, including the timestamp of when the individual submitted. So down to the second. So this was submitted January 7th, 2019 at 9:50 in the morning, 23 seconds after. So that's all there is to it.